Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about...
Justice Clarence Thomas.
Mm.
Oh, good old Justice Thomas.
There's some news out about Clarence.
Yeah, he's
apparently he forgot to declare even more trips and vacations.
Any fruit to declare, Justice Thomas?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I guess there was I don't know who's doing an audit or something there.
Yeah, Dick Durbin and was on a committee that was auditing the justices, and they found another 3 or 4 trips that Thomas didn't declare, as well as rides on private jets all with Harlan Crowe again. It's all Harlan Crowe stuff.
Yeah. Dear close friends, so they're close friends, so I don't need to declare it.
Exactly. Thomas is still sticking to his story that Harlan Crowe's a dear family friend, and he talked with some nameless judges 30 years ago who said, "Oh, don't worry about it."
So he didn't.
Yeah, people are saying.
Yeah. People come up to him all the time and say, "Sir." So I want to do an energy reading around Justice Thomas. So you've got all of this drama and intrigue going around him. He's probably getting a little tired of it. He's in his 70s. He probably wants to retire.
He hasn't wanted to do this job for a long time. He complained he was going to leave because it didn't pay. Basically, it didn't pay enough. And then they got him a pay raise and he piped down. But it was right after he complained about it, the Republicans panicked because Clinton was in office and they would end up handing over a Supreme Court seat to the Democrats. So Harlan Crowe comes riding in to, be friends with Justice Thomas.
He was on his Knight of Swords card there.
Yeah, just
coming in to save the day, right? So I want to see the energy around him. And, the thing is that, the election for 2024, it hasn't obviously been decided yet. And if Biden wins, that means he has to work another 4 years. And so I just want to see what's energy around his current situation, and what happens if the Democrats take power or retain power and retain the Senate in 2024.
All right, let's take a look. Justice Thomas, what's going on? You've had even more trips
for entertainment purposes only.
Oh dear!
Start the foundation of the reading is the Devil card. It's just the company you keep. It's the more they look, the more they find, because he's just corrupt. Plain and simple, he's corrupt. He knows he's supposed to declare these things. Honest to God. Let's get real here for a second. I don't know who told him, if anybody told him, that he didn't have to declare that, but I'm sure it was told in a way of, "Hey, do I have to declare this?" Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no one's gonna look.
That type of thing. He knows it's not on the up and up. He's not an idiot. It's just basically who's he accountable to? He's not accountable to anybody. So he can act in his, looking back down on this card, he can act in the worst ways possible. There's no accountability for it. Just none. And get Harlan Crowe in there just throwing even more money at him for things. There's just no accountability with it. Cross with the Ace of Cups, and the Empress underneath. Thomas, he's lost passion for the job, but he hasn't lost passion for the lifestyle. And this is the lifestyle I'm talking about. He gets all his needs met.
Yep.
When he and Jenny want to take a trip to Indonesia, Harlan's there with his private jet to fly him to Indonesia. Apparently only pay for one night. Hotel he's there.
Yeah.
But he's got a sugar mama, or a sugar daddy in this case, taking care of all his wants and needs. In the past, he got the 5 of Cups.
Might not be liking his job a whole lot.
Yeah, he hasn't liked his job in a while. I don't blame him. I'm tired of working too. Clarence Thomas is, admittedly, from his own thing, he's not a policy guy. He took the job. He took the job because it's, you're in the history books. You're a Supreme Court justice. Yeah. But he was complaining about how he would have made a lot more money in the private sector. So if you're complaining about making money in the private sector, you didn't take a Supreme Court justice job to make money. You take it to make policy and that prestige. And I'm sure he enjoyed the prestige for a while, but he's been done with that. He doesn't care about the prestige. He wants the money. He wants the lifestyle. He wants the lifestyle.
I mean, that's what ties you to the devil card.
Exactly. He wants the lifestyle. And current situation is the Page of Cups. It's kind of what's the big deal? I mean, there's a fish in my cup, sure. Sure, I'm supposed to report it when there's a fish in my cup and I wear my blue cat hat. I know I'm supposed to do that, but who cares? Why are you making such a big deal out of things? He's like a tween. Not even a teenager. He's a tween. Just doesn't understand why the parents are making a big deal over the fact that they found a pack of cigarettes in their jacket pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Greg Brady when you need him? The overarching energy is the Seven of Swords. You know what? It's kind of funny. I started off by saying the more they look, the more they find. The more they're just finding it. They're just finding all the unethical things that he's been doing, the stuff he's not declaring, the stuff he's getting away with. Honestly, he really would like Trump and the Republicans to win so that he could leave. And, get into his motor coach with his wife and tour the Walmarts of the world. And hopefully Harlan Crowe will still be his friend when he's not a Supreme Court justice anymore. But he doesn't want to do it anymore. He just doesn't. Dude's phoning it in. Lesson we learned is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, again, back to this. He might have had passion at one point. He doesn't have any passion anymore. He just shows up to the job. There's not a lot of driving passion. Now, that being said, the Republicans are pushing forward agenda items like or the conservative justices are ruling on things like they've never have before. Not the least of which removing women's rights to reproductive choices and women's health care and such. So it's legacy type stuff that he's voting on here. And part of it also probably is to keep Ginny out of prison for her involvement with January 6th. But that Knight of Cups energy is basically, he's not serving the American people. He's not serving the Constitution. He's collecting a paycheck, and he, as a perk of the job, he's making other people's lives difficult, and he's enjoying it as much as he can enjoy it. The outcome is temperance, detoxification. Honestly, it's kind of him transitioning out.
Yeah.
He's, you got a lot of cups here. Maybe had a lot of passion. The passion's kind of waning. He's faking it. He's looking for an out. Yeah. He's just looking for an out here at this point. This job is not what he thought it was going to be.
Yeah. So that was the one thing I was noticing. There's so many cups cards.
Yeah.
It's all about emotions. And...
yeah. This job, you think about it from a judge's point of view. Now, this is naive because I'm not a lawyer or a judge, but being a Supreme Court justice is kind of the pinnacle, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the top of the hill? And he got in there and it's like, oh.
This sucks.
It ain't all that, is it? Jeez, I'm doing a lot of work and I'm catching a lot of grief and you're paying me how much?
Yeah, you notice there was no Pentacle cards. Yeah. I mean, the closest thing he got was a devil card.
Yeah. Basically, I think from his point of view, for the amount of work he was putting in, the amount of crap he had to deal with, the money wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And he's not interested in the legacy. He got the job. He's got the title.
He got the legacy as the first black Supreme Court.
Exactly. He's got all that, but after that, it was just like, yeah.
Yeah, the cups cards, the emotion, he doesn't have the emotion for it. Yeah. He's tired of it.
He would have been much better off in the mid-90s when after the 8 years or so that he was in there and all the thing he went through to get nominated. I still believe Anita Hill. He would have been better off going to the private sector at that point. going on a public speaking tour, going to the private sector, making his money, being part of a think tank, giving talks and stuff like that. Again, he and his wife could have driven around in their motor coaches and did all the things that they enjoy doing. He would have made money hand over fist. He wouldn't be subjected to audits right now and having everybody scrutinize him as a corrupt person. But he chose not to do that.
So let's see what his energy is after the election.
Okay. Clarence Thomas. What's his energy like after the election? Because, again, the election as we see it, the Democrats are going to sweep. At least the energy as I've seen it. Gary might have
we're going to throw some cards on that in another video.
Or just check
I haven't wanted to throw anything on it yet just because it's so far out there. And
lots of things can change.
Lots of things can change. God did give us all free will, so...
Yeah, we can all vote for Republicans, and we get what we deserve at that point.
So it's a little going up for the we'll do an election one just to see where we're at currently, but I'd like to see
this is going to work under the assumption that the Democrats
are
sweeping here. All right, but where is he post election?
If the Democrats sweep.
Judgment. He's making his choices here now. Choices could be made for him. Again, Ginny's not exactly free and clear of all her shenanigans. At least that's not the vibe I get on that one. But it's judgment time because he doesn't enjoy doing this job. And do you really want to do it for another 4 years? Hopefully that a Republican gets in there, and I don't think that's going to happen. Knight of Pentacles. He's a bit of a mercenary, but I think he's going to be made an offer. An offer that would allow him to step down. And the energy underneath it is Seven of Cups. Illusion, delusion.
Yeah.
It's a card of integrity or a lack of integrity. Mm-hmm. And I think it's literally judgments for him based on his lack of integrity. The lack of integrity truly is him just not declaring the stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
If Harlan Crowe wants to give him a bunch of gifts, that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you recuse yourself when it comes time to rule on anything that is remotely related to Harlan Crowe and his business interests.
Right.
That's where the ethics comes in. That's where the integrity comes in. But because I think basically they're looking at his money, they're looking at the finances, they're looking at the lack of integrity. It's the pressure's building on that one, and they may make him an offer that they will drop these investigations and just let him walk if he just leaves. Mm-hmm. Just turn around and walk away. What's the not Mad Max, but the second movie?
Yeah, it was Road Warrior.
Road Warrior.
Yes.
Just walk away. Just walk away from the oil. Yes, I'm sure he would have just let him walk
that's
away.
That's for all of our Australian fans out there.
Just walk away. Just walk away.
The Ayatollah of rock and roll.
Leave away. Leave the oil. Just walk away. Okay, in the past we got the Five of Cups here. Heartbreak, disappointment. The Republicans didn't win. Do I have to spend another freaking 5 years?
And think about it. I mean, he's going to be 76 years old this month. So, he's in his mid-70s right now. And if the Democrats take over the executive branch and retain either Senate and Congress and the House, he's basically signing up for another 4 more years of this. And I don't think I just don't think he wants to do it anymore.
At a minimum.
Yeah. And
how many years does he have left? No offense to Clarence Thomas, he's a big guy, and I don't know what the health issues that run in his family.
There's no guarantees once you're in your mid-70s. You've already lived a pretty good life at this point.
Exactly. So does he have 2 years, 3 years, 5 year good years left? Does he want to die in office like Ruth Bader Ginsburg did?
Yeah.
That's where we're at. And I know the answer is no. He does not.
No. Her passion was different than his.
Yeah, exactly. She was there to make policy, not him. Current situation is the Seven of Wands. I think it could be him contemplating whether I stay longer, but to me it's more as investigations from Dick Durbin and such go on, there's more and more and more things that he has to fight off.
Mm-hmm.
For a guy in his mid-70s, it's going to be exhausting.
Ask Trump.
Yeah. And not only that, he has to do his day job,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's going to have to fight off all these inquiries.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on him. That's not going to be good for his health. Or he could just walk away. Or he could just, he could just call it a career. Maybe it's time to call it a career. I've done what I can do. I want to retire. Yeah. I want to go around and do what retired people do, which involves a whole lot of not going to work.
Yeah, he's made his splash. He's the first black Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
He's a trailblazer that way. And
he's got a mega hot wife at home.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
So yeah, it's understandable that, you know what? And I want to enjoy myself. I have not been able to really enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Except when Harlan Crowe throws us on his private jet to some exotic location.
I really do wonder how Harlan Crowe will do that. Oh God. Yeah, here we go. Lesson to be learned. It's time to walk away.
Row away.
It's really, it's too much. There's too much going on. There's too much fighting. It's like, I just want to go. I'm done. He's done. He's
taken his wife with him.
Yeah. His best friend.
Yes.
And off they go. The outcome is the Five of Swords. It's a card of narcissism and winner takes all, but I don't think he's going to be the winner on this one. I think he's going to... Basically, his hand is forced. There's... I think he's... to quote The Godfather, I think they're going to give him an offer
he can't refuse. Yeah.
And he's going to take it. Now, if he takes it, it's still a 5-4 conservative court.
Still majority.
So he can take solace that it's still a 5-4 court that's conservative, and he can go out and live his best life with his best wife and go hang out with his best friend Harlan Crowe, and life will be grand. The investigations will stop. People will leave him alone. He won't be forced to recuse or be questioned why he didn't recuse himself on a bunch of cases. It's just easier.
Yeah. I mean, to draw not the perfect parallel, but to draw a parallel, if Trump just would have walked away after losing the election
and didn't take the documents with him to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. The whole January 6th thing doesn't happen.
Yep.
The documents thing probably wouldn't come to light, or you give it back when they ask for it. His life would be grand. He'd have a Rudy Giuliani 2004 life, and now unfortunately he and Rudy Giuliani have, they didn't learn when to walk away and fade off into the sunset.
Exactly.
And they're paying for it now. And I'd like to think Thomas is smarter than that.
And he might have faced the New York criminal trial, but it could very well have been that they would have said, you know what, we're not going to bother going after the former president of the United States. That's too much hassle. We're just going to let that go.
Yeah.
The New York civil trial, that probably would have happened.
Yeah. Because, it kept defaming E. Jean Carroll.
So. E. Jean Carroll would have happened because Dummy kept defaming her. The civil trial probably would have happened because he's ripping off the state of New York and they want their money back. Yeah. The criminal trial, probably not. It probably would have just said, you know what, this is politically fraught with danger. We already got Michael Cohen on this thing. We're gonna let it go at that point.
Yeah, it's just
there wouldn't have been a Georgia election fraud case.
Yeah. He wouldn't be the nail sticking up.
Yeah.
But since he decided he wanted to be the nail sticking up, someone came along and brought a hammer.
Yep.
And I think Thomas is probably gonna say, you know what? I just don't want it. I don't need to stick up. I've done my duty for God and country.
Yeah. Or whatever order he puts it in.
Yes. Crow and country.
Exactly. Anything else you want to see on this one?
No, that's fine with me.
Okay, well, we'll end it here. So what's going to happen with Clarence Thomas?
Who's going to walk away?
Yeah, he's facing a lot of stress right now. He's doing a job he doesn't want to do. He's annoyed that people keep questioning, keep digging and finding more bad behavior that he doesn't consider to be bad behavior.
Exactly. Yeah, they're picking on me, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the Democrats are successful in the elections, he's done. He's not going to do 4 more years.
No,
he's just not, doesn't have the emotional bandwidth for it anymore.
Yeah, and I do think, again, as January 6th investigation goes on, and they look at Ginny Thomas's culpability. I mean, she's texting Mark Meadows, for God's sake, on that one. There's a lot going on that his life will be a lot simpler if he just walks away.
Well, on the reading, wasn't there something about an agreement? Was it the Pentacles? No, we didn't do any Pentacles.
No, I don't think there was 2 cups in that one.
No.
Who knows?
Okay.
Go back and watch the video.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch it, and then maybe my thought will...
I've completely forgotten about it already. Anyways, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this video.
Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. We've decided that we are going to give snark points.
Gary's going to give snark points.
I'm because I read the comments for this channel. David,
I've got a couple other channels.
David's got enough going on in his Tarot by the Bay. But I read through the comments. I literally read all of the comments, and I try and respond where I can. But there have been a couple of wonderfully snarky comments that make it an absolute joy to read. I encourage snark. I discourage, meanness. You don't have to.
There's an art. There's a line there.
Yeah, you don't have to be nasty to be snarky. So, but yeah, I will give snark points for the best snarky comments out there.
If you can type it while rolling your eyes, you're probably doing.
Yeah, you're on the right track there.
Channel your inner 14-year-old, and whoever you're writing about's like your parents. Oh yeah, Dad's a great driver. Oh yeah, Mom never brings out the wooden spoon. All right,
thank you for watching.
Take care.
Bye.